We can all admit that this world is pretty fucked up. We see a lot of fucked up things from the news, social media. It's easy to fall victim to the chuds out there on YouTube and the doomers who are just basically promoting and saying that the world is gonna end and there's no point going on, and it's easy to get sucked into those videos. Those are pretty much up on my feed as well, and they do, if anything, they do make you feel bad. Whatever emotion they make you feel, whether it's anger, sadness, or whatever, 9 times out of 10 it's a low emotion, a low vibration. I wanted to remind you guys that there are things in this world, that I do believe that this planet is a beautiful planet, and there are things as humans that we can all agree that make living fulfilling. And one of those things is food, man. Come on, you have to admit, there's nothing more fulfilling than enjoying a nice, tasty meal, whether it's something you've cooked up, something you've chefed up in the kitchen, anything, bro. No matter where you live in the world, I think humans can all agree that that's something that we all appreciate and we can all be grateful for. And we eat every single day, so that's every single day opportunities to show gratitude and be thankful. I don't want to get too much into the whole religious talk, but I do say a little prayer before I eat my food. I guess you could say I'm a bit of a Jesus maxer. There's a lot of different benefits I feel to, saying a prayer. Some of those go down to a metaphysical level. Doesn't matter, by the way, it doesn't matter what part of religion you are. It's humans as consciousness when you show the genuine emotion of gratitude. You're blessing the food before eating it. That energetic vibration of appreciation, that food that's sitting in front of you, it's receiving that. And that food is going to go into your body on an energetic level. It's more beneficial. And shout out to Nikola Tesla, man. He was a man that was ahead of his time. He doesn't get enough credit, and he said it best. He said, if you want to better understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Another thing, that bring light into a dark world is animals, pet maxing, all the way. Whether you're a cat lover, dog lover, it doesn't matter. All animals, the experiences that you have with your pets and your animals, those are something to live for in this world. Whatever's going on social media, whatever's going on outside there, we have no control over. What you do have control over is, your little homie you come home to. When they greet you, and when you feed them, when you're chilling with them, and if you're a cat lover, when they're purring with you. If you're a dog lover, when they're licking your hand or whatever. And I truly believe on a deeper level, they learn from us. Not only do we learn from our animals, and they teach us about ourselves and love and compassion, but we teach them as well on a deeper level, love and compassion, and to a degree self-awareness. Because when animals are out in the wild, they're different. When they've been around humans and lived with humans, we've humanized them. I wouldn't say domesticated, we've humanized them to a certain degree. So it unlocks something inside the animals that you lived with and shared your love and compassion. If you've lost a pet, you've lost your little homie, then not only have they given you a life of love and compassion and beautiful memories, but you've also given them a life of love and compassion and beautiful memories, and if anything, lessons about how humans, we're not so bad, and they get to see a side of humanity which is beautiful in a sense, because we're the only, I guess you could say, species on the planet which can integrate with other species and show the same love and compassion that we would show for our own young. We can show that, give them names, and that no other animal would do in the animal kingdom. And we have an opportunity to show their consciousness something special. It's a two-way street, they've given you something special, you've given them something special, and they're taking their lessons that they've learned from you, and we're taking our lessons that we've learned from them. They could have been out in the wilds, living in the pack mentality, not be self-aware. When you name your animal, that's one step towards self-awareness, is being self-aware that you have a name, an individual, and you're singled out from the herd, essentially. So you've given them that lesson of self-awareness and their love for you as their big homie and they're your little homie. I don't know what you lizard lovers do with lizards, but if you feel like you're lonely out there, I would definitely say pet maxing is a way to start gaining some XP. Really cherish those moments that you have with your pets, man. Another thing is cars. There's got to be a few car lovers. I love driving. If I broke down on the side of the road, whatever's wrong with the car, I'd have to take it to a garage and pay some guy to see what's wrong with it. Because my dad wasn't there to, show me that kind of stuff. How to fix it, if the car breaks down, if to change a tire, if something's wrong in the engine, what part you need to fix, all that kind of stuff, I'm not like on here LARPing and saying that I'm looking for people to feel sorry for me, but even though I don't know how to, fix my engine, I love driving, man. The feeling of driving on the open road, cars in general. People say about being materialistic. Cars could be materialistic, but at the same time, if that's something that brings you joy and something that you are into, then don't let that idea stop you from relishing in that joy. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So you got food maxing, pet maxing, car maxing. Also, of course, get outside in nature, man. If you go inside in nature, that's something that brings light into this world. When you go out for a walk into the mountains or into the woods and just get a nice view of somewhere and just watching some of the wildlife, sunsets and sunrises, those things as well are things that bring light into the dark world. Stargazing. When I lived in Egypt, I used to have a telescope on my balcony, and the thing about in Egypt, a lot of the time is hardly cloudy at all, so you got clear skies every night. Best time is at 2 or 3 in the morning. Beautiful. Sadly, a lot of people stuck inside, going to an office, sitting in the office, trying to get that money. And I was one of those people too, until I went traveling to really appreciate nature and really see how beautiful this earth really is. This planet really is a beautiful place. If you can leave the highly condensed populated areas in the cities and even out of the suburbs, go to some remote areas, get out there and see how beautiful that this planet really is. If you live near a beach or live near the sea, you're lucky as well, because that's a way, I believe, to farm XP. Sitting by the beach, meditating, and even if you're not into meditating, you can just sit down and listening to the sound of the sea itself. That itself is healing. It brings you, it's a peaceful vibe. If you're going through something, whether it's an argument with your partner or something going on in your personal life that's making you feel down, sometimes being able to go walk in nature and being able to go walk by the beach and just collect your thoughts together and just clear your mind. If you're out there living out near the sea, start taking those walks down there. If you're ready to do that, keep doing it. And if you can't get to a beach, go walking in the woods, go to a park, where there's green. Last thing I want to say that brings light into a dark world, which literally does bring light, is the sun, bro. We really forget and don't realize how important the sun is and how much it really does impact us on a daily level. And from just being able to sun max, sitting in the sun gazing, really catching those rays in the summertime when it's sunny, sitting outside in the sun, it makes the vibe feel better. You can tell the difference, especially in England, where it's a lot of the time it's rainy and cold and cloudy. When you sit outside when it's sunny, the vibe in general is just higher. It's just different when it's sunny compared to when it's dark, grey and gloomy, and it's almost like your vision gets this like grayish tint over it compared to when the sun it's got this more brighter tint or hue. I guess I can't really find the word to describe, but maybe you get what I'm trying to say. I'm really grateful for being able to wake up and not being dark all the time. The sun does so many things, man. Plants can't grow without sunlight, so if you're a meat lover out there, cows and chickens, they eat grain, they eat plants that come from the earth. If they're not able to eat the plants, then we're cooked, they're cooked. It's cooked for all of us, bro, unless you live in the ocean. But yeah, man, if you're into star signs or whatever, I'll shout out to all the Leos out there. They're really in tune with the sun. Regardless, whatever your astrological birth sign is, just appreciate the sun and realize that the sun really is something to be thankful for, and it really does bring light to a dark world. If there is a creator, and let's be honest, the sun creates, it does, bro, then if there is a God, wouldn't you think that the sun is one step towards that? Shout out to George Carlin, man. Another guy, comedian, way ahead of his time. There's a bit he does about him not praying to the sun. He worships the sun but doesn't pray to it. And he goes on a list of these things the sun does for us. And the sun, for a start, it's there, you can see it. It gives us flowers, it gives us this, it gives us light, it gives us all these different things. But check it out if you haven't seen it already, it's quite funny. Every single morning you wake up, the sun will always be there, bro. You can see why the powers that be are try to block out the sun with the chemtrails and stuff, because they know that if they cut us off from the sun, we're not able to fully access our inner power. So the sun really is what gives the planet power. It gives life power, and we are essentially life on this planet. We are the planet's life. So yeah. This is ZK. Peace.